Space Sheriff Gavan. Space Sheriff Gavan Uchū Keiji Gyaban, Uchū Keiji Gyaban, also known as Space Cop Gabin, is a Japanese tokusatsu series produced by Toei Company. The series launched the Metal Hero franchise and was the first installment in the Space Sheriff series. Plot: Earth is invaded by the criminal organization known as Mako, led by Don Horror, who had first destroyed a space colony near Earth. Don Horror wants to dominate the whole universe, and the Earth represents an obstacle that he has to overcome by turning it into a domain for all evil. In response to Mako's attack, Space Sheriff Gavan of the Galactic Union Police in Helion Bang Jing Cha, Jinga Renpo Keisutsu is deployed to Earth to defend his mother's home world. Gavan is helped by Mimi, the daughter of Commander Com, and is given information by Com, assisted by Marin on his home planet. Gavan goes to Earth to defend it against Don Horror and his devilish schemes. He settles on Earth incognito as Ritsu Ikaijoji, taking a job at the Avalon Youth Club in Japan to track Mako's forces down. Characters: Douljurin crew. Based on the super-dimensional high-speed ship Douljurin Ko Saiyuan Gaosu Jaidoru Jurin Cho Jaijin Kasakuki Doru Jurin, it serves as headquarters of Gavan and Mimi as it circles around the Earth. It is composed of the giant-weaponed Jurin Saucer Jurin Yuan Pan, Jurin In Ban, and the mechanical dragon electronic starbeast doll Dian Zai Xing Swu Doru, Denshi Seiju Doru, that Gavan rides on in to destroy Mako spacecraft. Doll's attacks include the doll Fire Doru Hueya, Doru Feya that breathes out fire from its mouth. Space Sheriff Gavan, he is the son of Tamako Ikaijoji, Yitayoshi Minzai, Ikaijoji Tamako, and Voicer, having lived on planet Bird Bado Zing, Bado Sei for most of his life until he is assigned the task to protect Earth against the invading Mako Empire by donning the alias of Ritsu Ikaijoji, Yitayoshi Lai, Ikaijoji. When needed, Gavan yells Jichaku Jingzhou, deposition, so the Douljurin can encase him in uranium particles that form into his silver-chrome combat suit within 0.5 seconds. When no longer needing the armor, Gavan utters the vacuum evaporation command for his suit to be sent back to the Douljurin. He is an accomplished athlete and has various weapons at his disposal. Though he relinquished his position as Earth's protector to his successors, marrying Mimi after Shader's mission on Earth was completed, Gavan battled other enemies like the Madu, the Fiuma cult, and the Zengik Empire. During the events of Space Sheriff Gavan, the movie, Gavan selected Geki Jumanji to succeed him as the new Gavan. He is now promoted to commander status during the events of Kamen Rider X Super Sentai X Space Sheriff Superhero Taisen Z. Mimi 1:31 and 42:44. She is the only daughter of Commander Com, Shelley's cousin and Gavan's girlfriend when she stowed away on the Douljurin. She uses a pendant, which is also a visual illusion device, allows her to use laser vision. Rizabajan. She can transform into a budgerigar to spy on the Mako. She is in love with Gavan, but would support him in any case. She leaves the Douljurin to help her mother on planet Bird, to return in later battles to continue helping Gavan. After the fall of Mako, Mimi became a teacher on planet Bird before she was married to Gavan. Arsenal. Laser Blade Rizaburido Gavan's mighty sword, which is at first normal, with a steel blade. He later transforms it into a light blue blade, which is required to perform the Gavan dynamic Jayabandana to destroy the monster by slicing it in two. Laser Z-beam Rizazibamu Gavan's projectile attack. Originally a laser beam emitted from his right hand. Barrier, a protective barrier that Gavan can emit to deflect any attack in front of him. Laser scope Rizasukapu, a radar device that Gavan uses to detect invisible monsters. Electrosonar Erecutorosona, a sonar device which enables Gavan to detect any movement and sound in the area. Siberian Gavan's personal vehicle, which he uses to enter Mako space. When he calls for it, this red motorcycle with sidecar and flashing lights at the front comes from the Doldjurin to Gavan's current location. He occasionally uses it when fighting Mako on Earth. Gyaban Gavan's private tank, only used in the final battles. Like Dahl, he stands up on the tank and commands it. This heavy vehicle is quite deadly thanks to all its lasers and cannons. Stupor is contained inside. Stupor Sukupa Gavan's drill machine. He uses it to save Professor Kaminaga, to find hidden monsters, and to locate his father. Allies. Commander Kamu Changwan, Kamu Chakin, he is the commander of Galactic Union Patrol and the father of Mimi. He lives on planet Bird, helping Gavan by providing information and training needed to beat the Mako. He and Gavan can communicate through a giant screen on the Doldjurin. Marin, she is Commander Kam's assistant. She was ready to save Gavan's life when he was almost killed by the poison of the Uchū Monster. She became Gavan's second assistant in Mimi's absence. Boise Gavan's father and the former space sheriff of Earth. Voice was betrayed by his partner Hunter-Killer and handed over to Mako, so he would be forced to build the Hoshino space cannon, a weapon that can destroy a planet, but he kept the blueprints a secret even after being tortured. Though Voicer was saved from imprisonment by his son Gavan, he died soon after being brought to the Doldjurin with the secret blueprint for the cannon written on the palm of his hand. Aaron 30 and 31, the space sheriff assigned to Planet B's Bizu Say. He came to Earth in search of a kidnapped princess from Planet B's. Then he died. Igaden 42-44, he is a forest patrolman descended from the Iga ninja clan, who was nearly killed by Buffalo Doubler. Den is sent to Planet Bird for his injuries, eventually returning to Earth to take over Gavan's position in protecting the planet as Space Sheriff Sharvin. Tsukuko Hoshino Zinyu Zai. Hoshino Tsukuko, she is Gavan's adopted sister and was brought up by Voicer when her parents were killed by Hunter-Killer. She is a very sweet girl who assists Gavan in his missions. Kajiro Oyama Dashan Zayo Sailang. Oyama Kajiro is a photographer whose obsession is UFO. He created a machine that is able to detect them. He met Gavan, and from then on, the two keep crossing each other's paths. He occasionally works at the Avalon Riding Club to replace Ritsu. He also befriends Wakaba and Yoichi. Kasuke Fuji Tenghao Jai, Fuji Kasuke, the kind grandfather and owner of the Avalon Riding Club of Baron Cheng Ma Kurabu, a Baron Joba Kurabu whose greatest wish is to get his young body back. Though he feels sympathy towards Gavan, who he knows as Ritsu, he is often angered about his frequent disappearances. Wakaba and Yoichiyangi, Yoichi Kasuke's grandchildren. They both live at the Avalon Riding Club, and they sometimes happen to be in the middle of the Mako schemes. They have developed a strong friendship with Ritsu and Kajiro. Shidru Taoyama Dang Shan Mao, Toyama Shidru, a youth who works for the Avalon Riding Club. Space Crime Organization Mako. The Space Crime Organization Mako, Yuju Fanzui Zuja Maku, Achu Hanzai Sashiki Maku, literally Demon Space, led by Don Horror, commit criminal activities throughout the galaxies before targeting Earth for its resources. They are based on Mako Castle Mokong Cheng, Makujo, which flies within Mako Space Mokong Kong Jian, Maku Kyuken, a dimension created from evil energies and controlled by Don Horror and those descended from him. After Don Horror's death, much of Mako Castle was destroyed yet ended up in the void of space, where it was found by Brighton Toya Akuma during the events of Space Sheriff Gavan, the movie where he revived the Mako Syndicate to resurrect Don Horror. But with the ceremony stopped, Mako Castle was completely destroyed as a result. Don Horror, the monstrous leader of Mako, an immobile six-armed idol-like being who aims to turn Earth. During their final battle, After being severed from his body, Don Horror is killed by Gavin in their final duel. However, during the events of Space Sheriff Gavan, the movie, Don Horror attempted to resurrect himself by using his agent Brighton to get him a vessel to house his spirit. But Don Horror's revival in the body of a young woman named Itsuki Kawai was stopped by Gavin Type G. Horror Girl Horogaru Don Horror's secretary, never speaking yet always laughing. She operates the dimensional conversion switch that allows a portal to Mako space to manifest. Hunter-killer Hantakira 1:30 and 42, he was Voicer's partner, but betrayed him to join Mako as Don Horror's right-hand man. But after being replaced by Sandorva, Hunter-killer reappears to help Gavin to find his father just before dying to redeem himself. Sandoruba 30-44, the son of Don Horror, wearing crimson armor and holding a trident containing the brain of witch Kiba, Sandorva joined Mako alongside his mother Kiba and took Hunter-killer's place as Don Horror's right hand. He meets his end fighting Gavin in the final battle. Witch Kiba Mo New Kiba, Majo Kiba 30-44, Sandorva's mother, her mind transferred into his scepter. The elderly hag was a wife of Don Horror despite him displaying nothing but contempt for her. She co-plots a devilish scheme to exterminate Gavin. Her mind is in Sandorva's scepter, and she can materialize at any moment. She is killed by Gavin along with Sandorva. Beast Alien Doubleman Swoozing Ren Dabirugaru, Juseijan Dabiruman 1-13, they are the generals of Mako, who can have a human form and are aided by the BM Kaiju. Unlike BM monsters, they only assume the form of monsters. Crushers Kuretsushia, Kurashu the foot soldiers of Mako in black leather and tights. They are unlimited in number and act only when in groups. BM monsters Bimu Guai Swu. Bimu Kaiju are animal-themed monsters sent by Don Horror to thwart Gavin. Shako Monster Shiaka Minsuta. Shako Minsuta, this monster appeared in Episode 1. Its powers include fast crawling, invisibility, red lasers from the red back spots, mouth-homing mines, and burrowing. One of the Doublemen summoned this monster to assist in Mako's operation to invade Earth. They begin attacking a space colony, while Shako Monster attacks from the inside until they destroy it. After Gavin saves a group of kids from being killed by a Doubleman who caught them playing around in one of their bases, he fights them and Shako Monster. Don Horror has his minions activate the Mako space where Shako Monster will be more powerful. But Gavin is able to kill it with Gavin Dynamic. Gamera Monster Gamera Minsuta. Gamera Minsuta, this monster appeared in Episode 2. Its powers include explosive mouth lasers, rolling into a ball, mouth mist capable of propulsion, invisibility, and size growth. Mako has stolen some oil tanker ships, threatening to use them to destroy Japan unless the government gives in to their demands. After Gavin foils their attempt to get Mount Fuji, they decide to use the oil tanker ships to destroy Japan. Gavin finds and infiltrates one of their bases where he goes into some booby traps and running into Gamera Monster. After Gavin kills Gamera with Doll Laser, he foils Mako's plan by stopping the oil tankers from destroying Japan. Condor Monster Kondoru Minsuta, this monster appeared in Episode 3. Its powers include a whip, I-beams, body part separation, an electric remote trident that can fire explosive electric blasts, and invisibility. Condor assists Mako in their scheme to have Professor Black Star capture animals and children in nets to be used as test subjects for a teleportation device which will send them to different locations. Sasari Monster Sasori Minsuta. Mako summons Scorpion after a professor in order for Mako to get their hands on an ancient relic of immense power. Dokuja Monster Dokuya Minsuta. Dokuja Minsuta, this monster appeared in Episode 5. Its powers include toxic fangs, an extendable electric tentacle for the right hand, invisibility, summoning cobras, speed, and explosive mouth energy bolts. While Gavin makes his way into a Mako base, Hunter-killer shoots Gavin, with a bullet laced with poison from poisonous snake. Umadako Monster Umadako Minsuta. Amadako Minsuta. This monster appeared in episode 6. Its powers include tentacle ropes with energy pulses, a flying white ball form, energy bolts, teleportation, and size growth. Octopus is part of Mako's plan to feed children mutagen-spiked food to turn them into double men that will serve Mako. Samurai Ari Monster Samurai Ari Minsuta. Samurai Ari Minsuta. This monster appeared in episode 7. Its powers include teleportation, size changing, explosive body energy bolts, summoning roses armed with venom spray invisibility, and mouth venom spray. Samurai and aids Mako in their plans to steal gold, even using one of Gavin's child friends to do it with the cost of the child's life should the child refuse. King Zaru Monster King Zaru Minsuta. King Zaru Minsuta. This monster appeared in episode 8. Its powers include mouth flames, agility, and teleportation. Fire Monkey assists Mako in their plan to create space magazine that will cause propaganda to turn people against Gavin. Nijichu Monster Nijichiyao Minsuta. Nijicho Minsuta. This monster appeared in episode 10. Its powers include teleportation, gliding, blinding mouth powder spray, size growth, and eye lasers. Rainbow Butterfly aids Mako's plan in turning athletes into mindless soldiers to make an army strong enough to defeat Gavin. Armadillo Monster Arumazuro Minsuta. Arumajiro Minsuta. This monster appeared in episode 11. Its powers include a high resistance to heat, explosive flashes from the eye, teleportation, and size growth. Armadillo accompanies Mako to kill Gavin after they used Gavin's search for his father to lure him into a trap. Goat Monster Goto Minsuta. Goto Minsuta. This monster appeared in episode 12. Its powers include teleportation, explosive mouth foam, and agility. Mako has discovered a boy when he overhears their plan, threatening to have Goat kill him unless he keeps his mouth shut. Sai Monster Sai Minsuta. Sai Minsuta. This monster appeared in episode 13. Its only known power is a set of horns on the head. Rhino is merged with a doubleman to create Rhino Doubler. The Double Monsters. Double Monsters Dabiru Minsuta. Dabiru Minsuta are a second series of monsters created by Dawn Horror, combining the traits of Doublemen and BM monsters. During a fight with Gavin, a double monster retreats into the Mako space where it becomes 3 times more powerful in an attempt to get the upper hand against Gavin. Sai Doubler. This monster appeared in episodes 13 and 14. Its powers include a set of horns on the head, strength, a sword, a shield, teleportation, and a human disguise. Rhino aids in Mako's plan to kill Gavin, but is killed by Gavin using Gavin Dynamic. Shamo Doubler. This monster appeared in episode 15. Its powers include teleportation, agility, summoning poles, summoning dead BM monsters, and a sword. Gamorok aids in Mako's plan to sacrifice Gavin in order to celebrate the anniversary of their creation of Mako City. Kama Doubler. This monster appeared in episode 16. Its powers include a human disguise, a chained Kama that can be controlled mentally, fake deaths, telekinesis, and a sword. Sai assists Mako in their plans to capture an alien boy in order to get their hands on a device. Hayu Doubler. This monster appears in episode 17. Its powers include a human disguise, high jumping, and a double-sided bear trap staff. When Mimi falls in love with a young police officer, Mako along with Hiro capture the officer, so Gavin must race to save him or he will be blown to smithereens. A-Game Doubler. This monster appeared in episode 18. Its powers include a human disguise, swimming, a halberd that emits electric surges, launch-able shell plates, an explosive boomerang, and a hypnotic hermit crab shell. A-Game aids in Mako's scheme to steal the time machine so they can steal riches from the palace. Kyoyu Doubler. This monster appeared in episode 19. Its powers include a human disguise, a double-sided blade, 3 explosive spears on the back, a pistol, high jumping, and a sword. Kyoyu is responsible for damaging Gavin's power source for his armor, so Gavin has to get it repaired before the Mako and Kyoyu kill him. Hira Doubler. This monster appeared in episode 20. Its powers include a human disguise, a spiked left arm, teleportation by spinning, 3 grenade launchers in the torso, a cannon in the left shoulder, and a sword. Hira is part of Mako's plan to obtain the poisonous stone for their plans. Mitsubachi Doubler. This monster appeared in episode 21. Its powers include a human disguise, pain-negating venom and explosive tracking needles from the left-hand stinger called the bee sting, a whip, and size growth. Mitsubachi disguises herself as a doctor to brainwash people into mindless soldiers to serve Mako. Courage Doubler. This monster appeared in episode 22. Its powers include a human disguise, a double-sided club-ended trident capable of levitation, high jumping, and a sword. Courage and his Mako allies assist Thief X to commit robberies and kill Gavin. Kumo Doubler. This monster appeared in episode 23. Its powers include a human disguise, spiders that emit explosive eye flashes, an electric cane, hand webs, teleportation, and a sword. He disguises himself as a man to kidnap women at night, bringing them to Mako to use in their plans. Saber Doubler. This monster appeared in episode 24. Its powers include high jumping, a pair of claws on the left wrist, illusions, grenades, a sword, and size growth. When Mimi has a nightmare of Gavin being killed by Saber, he comes out of Mimi's dream to kill Gavin. Kashiki Doubler. This monster appeared in episode 25. Kishinki disguises herself as a woman who gives girls perfume that turns girls into monsters, so Mako will have an army of monsters. Gas Doubler. This monster appeared in episode 26. Its powers include a human disguise, summoning white hallucination gas, a pincer claw staff that can emit explosions, teleportation, and a pair of swords. Gas poses as the leader of a terrorist group called Dreambird to attack people. Jaku Doubler. This monster appeared in episode 27. Its powers include a human disguise, telekinesis, mind control, a serpent staff, summoning snakes that can turn into explosive beads, high jumping, and a sword. Jaku disguises as a faculty member to turn school students as well as teachers evil. Hakatsu Doubler. This monster appeared in episode 28. Its powers include illusions, a bone staff, telekinetic bone bombs, high jumping, teleportation, levitation, and a sword. Hakatsu aids a female assassin named Monica to kill Gavin. Magic Doubler. This monster appeared in episode 29. Its powers include mentally controlling doves, razor cards, telepathic explosions, teleportation, a telekinetic cloak, red electric shocks from the palms that can be used as surges on the ground, a flying circular saw, transforming into a rock capable of turning invisible. Magic disguises as a magician in a Mako scheme to steal all money and jewelry using a magician trick called a warp trick. Keibai Doubler. This monster appeared in episode 30. Its powers include high jumping, morphing into a levitating ball, bouncing head bombs, regeneration, a pair of magnetic spheres, a kanobo, and a sword. Keiki is created to aid Don Horror's son Sundorva in killing Gavin. Saman Doubler. This monster appeared in episode 31. Its powers include a human disguise with palm lasers, turning humans into puppets by hypnosis, a staff that can fire lasers, teleportation, summoning a rock bomb, invisibility, and a sword. Saman aids Mako to go after a princess from planet Bees, which was about to become a Mako colony. Tatsujeki Doubler. This monster appeared in episode 32. Its powers include teleportation, a nasal horn, an electric lance, telekinesis, and a sword. Tatsujeki is created to assist Witch Kiba and Sundorva to kill Gavin. Kaibatsu Doubler. This monster appeared in episode 33. Its powers include rapid size growth, flight in the larval state, invisibility, an electric claw staff that emits electric surges, teleportation, high jumping, and a sword. Kaibatsu aids in Mako's scheme to create special double monsters that will turn into giants. Dr. Doubler, this monster appeared in episode 34. Its powers include a human disguise, teleportation, launchable arm spears, a Zanbatsu, and a sword. Doctor is created as part of Mako's plan to control people's memories using a terrible device. Guts Doubler, this monster appeared in episode 35. Guts is created to aid Kiba and Sundorva in capturing Marin and Tsuchiko so that Gavin will be at their mercy. Urami Doubler, this monster appeared in episode 36. Its powers include high jumping, an electric staff, freezing stare, teleportation, a human disguise, voodoo pictures, illusions, and a sword. Urami is used in a Mako plot to kill Gavin by creating a movie about him. What's bad about this that if Gavin in the movie suffers damage, so does the real Gavin. And Hari Doubler, this monster appeared in episode 37. Its powers include a human disguise, teleportation, burrowing, a pair of bat bombs, a club, a wine-like whip, an electric drill that can be worn on the right hand and turn into a sword, and illusions. And Hari and his Mako allies take control of a church where they plan to steal its treasure. Fang Doubler, this monster appeared in episode 38. Its powers include telepathic explosions, summoning explosive magnets, high jumping, teleportation, and a sword. Mako plans to get their hands on a sword with hidden powers. Unfortunately for them, Gavin fights them and steals the sword. Sundorva has Kiba take a bus full of children hostage to trade for the sword. Notori Doubler, this monster appeared in episode 39. Its powers include a human disguise, a sniper rifle-like heat gun, high jumping, mentally controlling an electric tomahawk, and a Gatling gun, invisibility, and a sword. He and his Mako allies take control of a poor family's home as a hideout where they plan to snipe Gavin. Yakai Doubler, this monster appeared in episode 40. Its powers include a human disguise, telekinesis, a double-clawed staff that can emit electric surges, telepathic explosions, teleportation, high jumping, right palm webs, summoning skulls, invisibility, and a sword. Yakai aids Mako in their scheme to mine minerals from a mountain to make atomic bombs. Shigaku Doubler, this monster appeared in episode 41. Its powers include a spear that emits explosions on contact. Shigaku and Mako trap Gavin in the Mako space where he is forced to run a marathon of death. To make matters worse, a magic hourglass threatened to seal Gavin. Buffalo Doubler, this monster appeared in episode 42. Its powers include a pair of forehead mandibles that emit electric surges, summoning giant buffalo horns, telepathic explosions, teleportation, a ball form, and a sword. Buffalo aids Mako in their plan to terrorize forests and kill Gavin. Lizard Doubler, this monster was used by the revived Mako during the events of Space Sheriff Gavan the movie and was destroyed by Gavin. Its powers include skin capable of hacking, activating the axis shift device mentally, a sword, a shield, a missile launcher that can be attached to the right arm called the Lizard Missile, and manipulating environments. Rhino Doubler, this monster is a remake of the Side Doubler, who later appears in Takume Sentai Go Buster's 31st and 32nd episodes, which serve as a team-up with Gavin Type G. Episode list. Films: Gakeiger vs. Gavin, Gavin, Kaizaku Sentai Gakeiger vs. Space Sheriff Gavan, the movie Heizai Jan Dui Gakeizi vs. using Shijiaban, the movie Kaizaku Sentai Gakeiji Uchū Keiji Gyaban, Zamubai, is a film featuring the clash of Gavin and the space pirates Kaizaku Sentai Gakeiger, and especially their captain Marvelous, who was connected to Gavin. Released on January 21, 2012, the film commemorates the 30th anniversary of Gavin and is part of the 35th anniversary of the Super Sentai series. Kenji Oba not only portrays Ritsuikai Jouji, but also reprises his roles from Battle Fever J and Denshi Sentai Denzamen. Even a copy of Gavin's combat suit appears named Gavin Bootleg. Gavin the movie. Space Sheriff Gavan, the movie Uchū Keiji Gyaban. The movie is a 2012 Japanese tokusatsu film to commemorate the 30th anniversary of the Metal Hero series. The movie features Ritsu training his replacement, Yeki Jumanji, as the youth confronts the revived space mafia Mako. Superhero Taisen Z, Kamen Rider X Super Sentai X Space Sheriff, Superhero Taisen Z Jaya Mayan Radix Super Jandue, X Uchū Keiji Superhero Daijin Z, Kamen Rider X Super Sentai X Uchū Keiji, Superhero Taisen Zeto is the 2013 film featuring the first crossover between characters of Toei's three main tokusatsu franchises. The protagonists of Space Sheriff Gavan, the movie, Takume Sentai Go Busters, and Kaizoku Sentai Gakeiger are featured, but the casts of Kamen Rider Wizard, Zuden Sentai Kyo Uger, and Kamen Rider Force also participate in the film. The Space Iron Man Kyodane from Kamen Rider Force the movie, Space Here We Come, also make an appearance. The teaser for the film was shown after Kamen Rider X Kamen Rider Wizard and Force Movie War Ultimatum. Space Squad Gavin vs. Decorator. Cast: Ritsu Keiji Kenji Oba, Mimi Wakako Kano, 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 Kam Toshiki Nishizawa, Murin Kayoko Nashiro, Voicer Sunny Chiba, Fujiro Oyama Masayuki Suzuki, Tamiko Ikaijoji Tami Kubata, Tsukako Hoshino Eiko Takabana, Maku Morita Sakamoto, Fusuke Fuji Jun Tatara, Yoichi Fuji Suzumu Fujiwara, Wakaba Fuji Sani Nakajima, Shidru Taoyama Shinichi Case, Hunter Killer Makairo Ida, Sandorva Ken Nishida, Hiba Naboru Matani, Double Girls Mariko Izuma, Ri Harays Hiromi Yamagachi Yamagachi Hiromi Yamagachi Hachigachi Yamagachi Hiromi Yamagachi 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 Hiromi Yamagachi 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 Yamagachi. Narrator Issei Masamune. Voice actors: Don Horror Shouzo Izuka episodes 1:10 Teichi Wetave episodes 11:44 Horror Girl Kato Teichai. Guest stars: Double Men Human Form Satoshi Kurihara episode 2, Double Men Human Form Masashi Ishibashi episode 3, Professor Kaminaga Hiroshi Anayama episode 4, Double Men Human Form Shun Yuta episode 6, Samurai Ari Monster Human Form Suzumu Kurobe episode 7, Editor-in-Chief Arashiyama Double Man's Human Form Rikiya Awaki episode 8, Tetsuya Sugimoto / Tetsu Tsukuhara Dai Nagaswa episode 9, Nani Tsukuhara Akiko Ishiya episode 9, Toshi Kajima Kazuo Arai episode 10, Dr. Hoshino Eiji Karasawa episode 11, Hayashima Masaharu Sato episode 12, Go Deijoji / Rhino Doubler Shinji Tadu episode 17, Honey Machiko Soge episode 21, Monica Younger Hitomi Yoshiyuki episode 28, Paul Hirohisa Nakate episode 29, Alan Hiroshi Miyachi episodes 30 and 31, Double Monster Hideo Yamamoto episode 37, Policeman Tauta Tarumi episode 38, Den Iga Hiroshi Wetori episodes 42 and 44. Stunts: Gavin Jun Murakami Hitoshi Yamagachi, Horror Girl Miyuki Nagato. Song: Opening theme Space Sheriff Gavan Uchū Keiji Gyaban, Uchū Keiji Gyaban. Lyrics Keisuke Yamakawa Shenchuan Kai Jai, Yamakawa Keisuke. Composition Mikiaki Watanabe Du by Juming, Watanabe Mikiaki. Arrangement Koji Makeno Masiyi Kanger, Makeno Koji. Artist Akira Kushida. Ending theme Hoshizora no Message Zinkan no Tsusezi, Hoshizora no Message, The Starry Skies Message. Lyrics Keisuke Yamakawa. Composition Mikiaki Watanabe. Arrangement Koji Makino. Artist Akira Kushida. In other countries, Space Sheriff Gavan was released in the Philippines, which aired on ABS-CBN in 1988-1991 and on ABC-5 now TV5. Sky Ranger Gabin was then later aired in 1997-1998 on RPN before Choujin Sentai Jetman's airtime, and was the second metal hero showed in that station during 1999-2000. The rerun was then aired again on ABC-5 now TV5. Every weeknight, Space Sheriff Shader, whose successor to Gavin, was aired in that country prior to the release of Sky Ranger Gavin. The series was aired in France under the title XOR. Its popularity led to airings of subsequent metal hero shows such as Space Sheriff Sharavan and Jiku Senshi Spielban. Indonesia and Malaysia's screening of Gavin translated as Gabin on local TV has gained itself a cult following, and the word Gabin itself has become a meme. It is used after adjectives to give an image of bravery, e.g. Sebesar Gabin, as big as Gabin, epically big, or Gabin Betul, truly Gabin, really brave, or Tahap Gabin stand for superior level of achievement. In Brazil, the series was very popular in the 1980s and 1990s, along with several seasons of Metal Hero franchise.